Back in 2021, after months, or maybe years of talking about it, we finally pulled the trigger and bought our camper. And 9 days later, we took it 3 hours away with the sole knowledge of what the internet had taught us to go on our first camping trip. We left that weekend knowing a little more and knowing for sure that we needed to change the mattress and we wanted to do this again. So here we are, back at the very first campground we ever went to. This time we're in Site 66, which we stayed in once before. We like this site. It's deep, it's got a big grassy area behind the campground. It's full of hookups, a little quieter than some sections of the park. It's a beautiful place to relax, enjoy, and close to most of the amenities. Speaking of amenities, we quickly made it to the pool as it was rather hot right when we checked in. This pool's only a couple of years old, they added cabanas over the winter, and the ice cream shop was open. After the pool, it was time for a mandatory playground stop. For a little while at least.
Come on! Hold the awning down.
It seems that some of us
Millie!
may have appreciated the rain more than the others. Once the rain passed, the temperatures dropped, and we were left with a beautiful sunset that evening. These buildings you see are private bathrooms and a small laundry facility located in this section of the park directly across from the playground. Sunset gave way to a different type of activity. It was a Celtics playoff night, and there were viewing parties throughout the campground. Anybody who's watched our channel knows that Millie can't resist the barrel ride. However, I will say this may have been the slowest barrel ride I've seen at any park. This is the Riverfront Pavilion, and right next to it are 3 parallel park full hookup riverfront sites. We stayed in this site right here, for part of a stay once. That's a story for another time. Just beyond the parallel park full hookup riverfront sites are 3 back-in full hookup riverfront sites before they become water electric all the way down to the boat launch at the end, or tube launch. As you can imagine, these sites are normally very popular and hard to get. They filled up after we filmed this. They are still fairly well spaced too for being riverfront. Here we're looking back across from Site 8 and looking at the bathrooms in the laundry facility. Here's a quick glimpse inside the laundry facility. There's a couple machines, they're clean, the bathrooms are clean as well. Now you can see across to where we were in 66 and the surrounding sites. This is Site 10. This is a two-way or water-electric riverfront back in sight. Be great for camper, tents, whatever, and can't beat the view from your picnic table. Moving over to a more treed section of the park, we've stayed inside 84 right behind that Class A before. Now we're panning across where we just were, looking back towards the bathrooms and across the ball fields, the volleyball field, and the playground. Saco River Family Campground has several other ways for you to stay if you don't have a camper. You can tent camp, you can rent one of their tent cabins. They have like wagons. They also have what they call hobbit huts, and they have park models that you can rent. So if you're doing a group and you have people that don't have their own camper, everyone can still come. Here's another look at the sites around 66. You can see the big grassy area and the spacing between them. Our camper looks absolutely tiny in this site, but I kind of like it that way. We're moving into a newer section of the park. I remember these trees being much smaller when we first started coming here, so it's nice to see them filling in and creating a more shady type of park than an open field it was when we first started coming. These are all full hookups, they're large, they're pretty level, and they're closer to the pool and the ice cream shop if that's the type of thing you're looking for. This is looking across through some of the sites towards the pool ice cream shop. This building has a second floor, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. This building's only been here for, I think, 2 years, and the pool as well. They had a smaller pool before, but they've since expanded into the one you saw earlier. There's lots to do here. In addition to the barrel rides, they rent tubes and kayaks, they have a nice camp store, they have gaga ball, they have the mining sluices, they do wagon rides, plenty of events. The river is very tubable depending on how high the water is, so there's lots to keep you busy, and we honestly didn't leave the park this weekend. Oh, there is a dog park, but apparently it was occupied by someone other than a dog.
No babies up in there.
So now that we've been here 6 or maybe 7 times at various sites throughout this park and various times a year, will we come back again? Yes, there's a ton of amenities, the staff is friendly, the campground is clean and spacious, and it's good to go back to where it all began sometime.